Hey there guys, so before I go any further with this video, I'd like for you guys to listen to this testimony from Ruben Grunevold. Just listen to this before you go any further.
Hey guys, welcome back to my video. So today I want to talk to you about a very controversial topic, and I know I've made some controversial videos in the past, but I'm going to continue because a lot of bad things happened to me. Maybe it was blessing in disguises, who knows, but it happened to me. And I'm not sure why it happened to me, why I was the one. But listen to this, guys. I'm going to make a lot of controversial videos. So this video today, I'm going to talk to you about my fight I had back in 2005 against a well-known boxer called frosch. We know frosch. At the time he was a British and Commonwealth champion, super middleweight, and he was very good. He was good, I'll give it to him. But when I was told about the fight, I knew this is my time. I can beat him, because I wasn't the same middleweight that beat Anthony Farnell in my previous fight, last two fights earlier, which was 2 years ago. I've grown. In the meantime, I had grown. I was bigger. My bone set was bigger, and I did battle to make the super middleweight limit a little bit, not much, but I was doing very well in exercise and training with my trainer, one of my trainers, Michael Rennie, very good trainer. And you know what, he put me through the paces 6 days a week. And we ran long distance, short distance, we sparred, and I did well in sparring. And so the actual fight took place in Nottingham Ice Rink, I think. Nottingham Arena. And so we drove down there, day of the weigh-in, and we got there, weighed in, and everything was fine. We actually drove down the night before the weigh-in, and we got there about 10 o'clock at night, and there was a Carl Froch and his team were waiting for me in the hotel. Like, I mean, maybe he meant it well. I don't know why he was waiting there for me. But 10 o'clock at night, he was there waiting for me, and I greeted everyone, they greeted me, but you know, we didn't have words, me and Carl. We didn't have a conversation. Like, I mean, I don't hate him. I've trained with him before, so he's all right, Carl. You know, he's someone I respect, so I wouldn't have any beef with him. But for some reason, he was there at the hotel waiting for me. I don't know why. Anyway, so we went to the rooms, and I got ready for the weigh-in the next day, and we weighed in. And the night after the weigh-in, I went back to my hotel, and it was about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening, and I was just relaxing on my bed, watching a bit of television, and I got a phone call on my cell phone, and a guy phoned me, and he said to me, "Ruben, I'm one of your big fans. I believe you're fighting Carl Froch tomorrow night. I'm in the area. I drove a lot of miles, me and my wife. Can I please come and see you just to get you to sign a boxing glove for me?" Okay, well, you know, you can never say no to fans. That's the thing about boxing. Never say no to fans. I was tired. I said, "Okay, fine, man. Come in quickly for 15 minutes or so, and I'll sign the glove for you. It's a pleasure." And the guy came, half an hour later, he came into my hotel room, knocked on my door, and I opened the door, and there was a guy standing there, and I didn't see any boxing gloves with him. He never had a boxing glove with him. So I invited him in my hotel room, and we spoke, and he asked me, "How am I feeling? Are you feeling good? Have you trained hard?" I said, "I'm good." You know, the basics. People always ask you the same. How are you feeling? Did you train hard? Are you fit? Are you ready? You know, the questions I expected it, you know, but then he said something which I never expected, or never thought he would say it. Excuse me, I had a bit of a workout earlier. So he says to me, "Ruben, just sit down. I need to speak to you about something tomorrow night, regarding tomorrow night." So okay, I sat down, he sat down, and he said, "Ruben, listen to me. You don't know who I am. I'm not here for a boxing glove. I'm not here to get my boxing glove signed. I'm here to inform you that the fight will be stopped tomorrow night in round 5. There's been pre-planned, pre-arranged, pre-organized. Carl Frosch and his team, whoever they are, have put, and all his friends have put a lot of money for him to win in round 5, Ruben. That's the situation. I'm just here to tell you this is what's going to happen. I said, no, don't be crazy, man. That stuff doesn't happen in boxing. I train hard. I mean, you know, and I refused to believe what he said. You know, I refused to accept, because I didn't want anything affecting me going into the big fight. And I said to him, listen, mate, I appreciate you coming here, and I think I'm sure you mean well and all that, you know, but listen to me, good luck with you, and please feel free to bring your boxing gloves so I can sign it for you. And I'm not being funny, but I've got to get to bed now, mate, so I'll have to see you tomorrow at the fight. And he said, okay, Ruben, I wish you all the best. I mean, I couldn't be nasty to this guy. I don't know who he was. He wanted me to sign a boxing glove, and then when he came to my room, hotel room, he started telling me that this was all a fix. The fight was a fix. The fight's going to be stopped in round 5, Ruben. No matter what you do, the fight will be stopped. Fuck, you know what? Excuse me. I forgot about what he said. It didn't bother me. You know what? I was trained up. I was ready. Even though I've got asthma and I've got an enlarged heart, which makes it hard for me to breathe. I was struggling. Excuse my language. I was fucking struggling to breathe. But I was confident I was going to do well in that fight, and I was going to beat Carl Frosch. Unfortunately, it didn't go my way. But you know what? The funny thing is, before the fight, about 4 weeks before the fight, 5 weeks, when I was told about the fight, Mick Hennessy, the promoter, he phoned me, and I said, Mick, I phoned him, I said, Mick, what color shorts am I allowed to wear in that fight? He says, any color you want, Ruben. I said, well, listen, I'm paying a lot of money now. It's cost me a lot of money, and I'm making black shorts. Is that okay with you? He said, no, Ruben, that's fine. That's 100%, mate. No problem. I said, okay, thank you. Thank God for that. I made these black shorts, you know, who knows why. I didn't know what Carl Frosch was going to wear. But I made black shorts and a black gown. And the night of the fight, I sat in the dressing room with my trainer, and Mick Hennessy came into the dressing room. I don't know why. He came there to talk to me. How you doing? How you feeling? Blah, blah, blah. Small talk. But then he left. But I think he came just to see the situation. And I said to him, Mick, here's my shorts. Is it fine? He said, 100%, Ruben. It's no problem, mate. It's fine. So he left. I put my gown on, my shorts, my gloves, everything's on. About 10 minutes before I'm supposed to go into the ring, an official comes in. He says, you're not allowed to wear the black shorts. He says, Carl Frosch wears black shorts, and if you wear black shorts, we're going to fine you £2,000. And he was from the British Boxing Board of Control, this guy. So I said, what must I do now? I don't have any other shorts. Must I fucking find in my pants, my underwear? He said, well, I don't know what you're going to do. You need to find other shorts, because you will be fined £2,000 fucking pounds. Cunts. Anyway, so somehow someone organized me a pair of white shorts, too small for me, way too small for me. I don't know whose shorts they were. Looked like someone's sister's shorts. But anyway, I was forced to wear these shorts. Fucking unbelievable. I couldn't wear my gown, nothing. I just wore these shorts, and I gave Mick Hennessy, I gave the ringside guy who played, the DJ, I gave him music to play to my fight as my ring ball. It was a song by Eminem, I don't know what it was called, but you know what, it's by Eminem, it was, and then all of a sudden, just get this out, all of a sudden, I'm walking out to the ring without music, there's no music playing. I thought, where's my music, man? Fucking all I can hear is boo, 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 fucking boo. Those Nottingham people are a bit wild, you know. They call Frosch fans, and you know, you got to respect that. That's his fans, you know. Good luck, you know. That's his luck. But you know what? Booing another boxer, it's mostly done by people who have never boxed. Because if you have ever boxed, you will never in your life boo a boxer. Doesn't matter how bad that boxer is or what kind of underdog he is or where he's from, which country he's from. Doesn't matter. If he's a boxer and he's had fights before, don't ever boo him. So I get to the ring and Carl Frosch gets to the ring and I'm doing well. But I can't breathe. I struggle to breathe. I'm battling to breathe. I sucked my inhaler empty in the dressing room. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was nerves or what. I knew that my asthma was getting worse because of my enlarged heart. The asthma was getting worse. The enlarged heart basically causes me to struggle to breathe. My blood is not pumping properly through my body. So my heart is pumping there instead of there. So the blood is not oxygenated. There's not proper oxygen in the blood when it goes to the muscles. So I'm basically fucked. Excuse my language. Anyway, in round 5, I'm fine. I'm against the ropes. I'm recovering. I'm just getting trying to get my breath back. And Carl Frosch is hitting a few punches. I'm covering up, but he's not connecting with one punch. Not a single punch. I was there in round 5. And as I went for a left hook, the referee jumped in and he stopped the fight. You know what? I've had it in my career where 1 or 2 fights were stopped prematurely, and I got angry with the referee. And you know what? It's like deja vu. Why are you stopping this fight? I wasn't taking any punches. I was against the ropes, covering up. Can't you cover up? Muhammad Ali was against the ropes, taking punches against George Foreman. He was taking shots. You know? He's defending like that. He was taking shots. I wasn't taking shots. I was covering up. And you can watch the fight on YouTube. The referee stopped the fight. You know what? I was just... You lose hope. You lose hope in boxing. You lose hope in people. You know? You lose hope in humanity. And I was angry I lost. I was upset I lost. I felt disappointed. I felt that I disappointed my trainer. My trainer spent a lot of hours with me. He trained me every day. This guy, Mick Hilliard. Excuse me, fuck. Mick Rennie. And I was disappointed. And he also my other coach, Ronnie Davis. I was disappointed. I let him down. But you know what? So we went back to England to Margate, where I was living. Thanet, Margate, Broadstairs, you know, Ramsgate. It was a disappointing fight. You know, I was disappointed, and all that time. That was in 2005. We're now 2018. You know, 13 years later, I never said a word about anything about this fight. About that guy who came to visit me in my dressing room, in my hotel room. I never said a word, guys. I never said a word. But I'm letting it out now. I'm not boxing anymore.
Once more, Grunewald acts up and gets a couple back of his own. He's a hard man, Ruben Grunewald, trying to rough up Frosch. It's a gallant effort, this, isn't it, from Grunewald?
Yeah, well, this is what you expect from Grunewald. I mean, everything is against him here. 2 fights in 3 years. Up a weight division against a guy at the top of his game. But he never stops trying. But I think there's been a little dip in Frosch's performance again here. He's still winning the round, controlling things, but really, he should be imposing himself. He should, by this point, be dominating Grunewald.
Bit of a shuffle from Grunewald, who again is backed up, and the power of Frosch looks heavy. Head punches going in. Grunewald trying to stay with him, but Howard Foster's going to stop it. He's seen enough. And Grunewald is furious. He's fuming. But the referee has halted the action here in the 5th round. A mixture of cheers and boos around at ringside. Grunewald is absolutely furious with that stoppage. Howard Foster had seen enough. He thought he was becoming one-sided. There's his mum, Carol, his girlfriend, Bliss. Happy for Carl Froch. Was it the right time to stop the fight?
Yeah.
So one thing you guys might have noticed about that fight and about that stoppage in particular is the referee. Now, the referee was Howard Foster, who, ironically, 8 years later, in another Carl Froch fight, infamously went on to do this. Now guys, before anybody wants to get mad at me and, wants to call me a hater and wants to say that I'm singling out this one guy as being the only guy who gets premature stoppages in the UK, I'm not doing that, okay? The UK, one of the biggest problems in UK boxing overall, it's one of the biggest problems in this country, and it's just so inconsistent, is the fact that referees are so selective on fights that they stop prematurely. For example, you take a guy like Ian John Lewis. He allowed Shannon Briggs to get his face beaten into disfigurement by Vitaly Klitschko in a fight that definitely should have been stopped over in Germany. However, I've seen him in other fights, like the Enzo Maccarinelli Oval Mackenzie fight, for example. Maccarinelli took one punch and he jumped in and stopped the fight. That it's the kind of thing in British boxing. It's a political thing. It isn't about protecting the fighter's safety, like people always want to say. That a lot of people still seem to be under this illusion that premature stoppages in British boxing it's to avoid like Gerald McClellan situations and stuff like that. That's not what it's for, okay? As you guys heard from Ruben Grunewald, there were a lot of people making bets on Carl Froch to win in the 5th round. And by the way, if you look it up, I'm not making this up. Look this up. Carl Froch has actually been investigated and was in trouble with the British Boxing Board of Control several years ago over match fixing, because he said in an interview that he told his brother to put a bet on round 4 for one of his fights where he was going for a stoppage in round 4, which is match fixing. And he came unstuck. It was the reason why he mentioned it in an interview. It was surrounding the whole David Haye, Audley Harrison situation, where David Haye apparently made a bet on himself to win in the 3rd round, which is what happened. And it was suspected, it was never proven, but it was suspected that Audley Harrison was in on it. But again, that's all speculation. I don't know about that, but that's speculation. And Carl Froch, when he was asked about it, he actually talked about a situation in which he had put or his family members and friends had put bets on him, and that's exactly what Ruben Grunewald was talking about in this fight. He's talking about there was a big bet on Carl Froch. Howard Foster was in on it. And how often does that happen in UK boxing? How often do we see these guys who are barely even staggered? They take a couple of punches. Take a look at Amir Khan against Paul McCloskey. If you want another clear situation, even Joe Calzaghe, one of my favourite fighters, even he had a few political stoppages here and there. And here and there it happens, and it happens all the time, guys, in British boxing. And I do believe 100% it is to ensure that all bets work out, and it's to ensure that the guy who the politics want to win wins. Okay, the Carl Froch George Groves stoppage was because they wanted Carl Froch to win. Okay, they probably had a bet on him in round 9. I don't know, but for whatever reason, this premature stoppage business here in the UK is getting out of hand. It's been a problem for many years, as you guys can see, and this is match fixing. And Carl Froch, man, he's a guy who has a career of it, okay? These aren't the only political stoppages he's had in his career. This isn't the only controversy he's had in his career. Check out my previous video about the guy. And, I had some clown on Twitter tell me that, oh, I better have a lot of money because because he's going to sue my ass. Try and sue my ass and see what happens, seriously. But yeah, this is just more clear corruption of how, more clear examples of how the UK is just so corrupt in regards to boxing. I mean, why fighters come over here to basically sell their career to the UK establishment? It makes no sense to me, okay? You're not going to get a fair shake over here. I'm sorry, it is what it is, okay? The scoring over here is a travesty. It's getting almost as bad as America. In fact, in terms of political stoppages, I'd say it's probably worse than America. America, I'd say, could be worse in regards to scoring, although some of the scoring I've seen in Anthony Joshua fights has been nothing short of incredible. But yeah, to be honest, guys, I think that, you know, we really need to speak out on this corruption in boxing, because ultimately it's the fans that suffer when we don't get the right outcomes and we don't get, you know, fights reaching their natural conclusion. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this video, and God bless.